Len and I ended our honeymoon at the end of Tanglewood, got in my '54 Ford sedan and drove to Minneapolis, got an apartment and started our new life. She got a job teaching at Northrop Collegiate School, a girls' college prep school, a very distinguished place, and I started my life as a lowly orchestra player in a mass group of 110 players. The job was third stand inside seat. I remember my first day playing in the Minneapolis Symphony, thinking to myself, is this all you have to do? Sit here and play these orchestra parts? Move your fingers on the viola? And you actually get paid for this? So I turned around and said to my two colleagues in the seat behind me, I said, hey guys, this is great. All you have to do is play a little bit. They pay to do this. And these guys were hard-boiled guys, and they said to me, Iglitzin, wait 6 months. You might change your tune. Because they were hardened battle veterans and were not loving it the way I was. I was so thrilled to have a job playing music. It didn't take 6 months for me to become disillusioned, however. Because I started playing chamber music big time. I had my own quartet and I was in a second quartet. So I became thinking of myself as a misplaced chamber music player, having to play in an orchestra to make a living so that I could use my rest of my time to play string quartets. And I started dreaming then, early, about being a full-time string quartet player. I was with the orchestra in Minneapolis for 7 very good years. Good conductor, kind of temperamental guy who I got to understand and came to understand me too. We had an accommodation, and he respected us for our quartet work. And when guest conductors would come in, we would go to them. You've done a lot of recordings of Schubert orchestral pieces. We're playing a Schubert quartet. Would you come and listen to us one afternoon after orchestra rehearsal and give us some tips? And we did that regularly with the guest conductors. We were just burning to get insights into the music and learn stuff. We knew nothing, but we had our instincts, but that's all. I was invited to join a guy by the name of Sam Floor, a refugee from Eastern Europe, from Romania, who had been a prodigy in the conservatories in Czechoslovakia, Romania, and Eastern Europe, and had a reputation. So he came to Minneapolis after the war, and he had a quartet. He needed a violist. He tried me out one night. I passed muster, and he hired me to play in his quartet, the Floor Quartet. The next year, a couple came to the orchestra by the name of Kensley and Nancy Rosen. They were footloose, took an audition for Minneapolis, got the job. We played quartets for fun one night because I found out that they liked to play quartets. And we formed a quartet with a couple of different cellists at different times. So I had my 2 quartets my entire time in Minnesota. At that time, we were playing in the evenings in our homes. And then we thought we clicked pretty well together. Maybe we should go out and try to play. So I hustled and I got us a series at the Minneapolis Institute of Arts. Gave us a name, the Arts Quartet. We built up a big audience right away and a following in Minnesota, while I continued my work with the Sam Floor Quartet. They weren't in competition. We were playing in different places at different times. Sam's quartet was at McAllister College, and mine was at the Minneapolis Institute of Art. And then I got us a series in the Red Onion Cafe in Minnesota. We played, didn't allow them to serve drinks or anything while we were playing, actual concerts. So it was a place to play and get our name out, and we were written up nicely in the Minneapolis Star and Tribune, just to get us on the map for real, not just playing at home. And I brought in artists, flute players, oboe players, horn players, and we did all sorts of diverse repertoire. Pretty much the same thing I did many years later at the Olympic Music Festival. The entire chamber music repertoire was at our beck and call, not just string quartets. Allegheny Music Festival was my summer before going to Philly. I brought the Arts Quartet from Minneapolis, got them the gig. So I managed to get my Arts Quartet in as resident quartet for the Allegheny Festival for that year and the next.